the Children's Museum of Cleveland, and today is Mother's Day. So we will be reading 3 stories today about different families. Are you ready? Our first one is called A Mother for Choco by Choco. Choco was a little bird who lived all alone. He wished he had a mother, but who could be his mother? One day, he set off to find her. First, Choco met Miss Giraffe. "Oh, Miss Giraffe," he cried, "you are yellow just like me. Are you my mother?" "I'm sorry," sighed Miss Giraffe, "but I don't have wings like you." Next, Choco met Miss Penguin. "Oh, Miss Penguin," he cried, "you have wings just like me. Are you my mother?" "I'm sorry," said Miss Penguin, "but I don't have big round cheeks like you." Then Choco met Miss Walrus. "Oh, Miss Walrus," he cried, "you have big round cheeks like me. Are you my mother?" "Now look," grumped Miss Walrus, "I don't have striped feet like you, so don't bother me." No matter where Choco searched, he couldn't find a mother who looked just like him. When Choco saw Miss Bear picking apples, he knew she couldn't be his mother. Miss Bear didn't look like him at all. Choco was so sad he started to cry. "Mommy, Mommy, I need a mommy!" Miss Bear came running to see what was the matter. She listened to Choco's sad story and she sighed. "Oh dear, if you had a mommy, what would she do?" "Oh, I'm sure she would hold me," sobbed Choco. "Like this?" asked Miss Bear, and she held Choco very tight. "Yes, and I'm sure she would kiss me too," said Choco. "Like this?" asked Miss Bear, and she lifted Choco and gave him a big kiss. "Yes, and I'm sure she would sing and dance with me to cheer me up," said Choco. "Like this?" said Miss Bear, and they danced and sang together. When they stopped to rest, Miss Bear turned to Choco and said, "Choco, maybe I could be your mother." "You?" Choco cried. "But you aren't yellow, and you don't have wings or big round cheeks or striped feet like me." "My goodness," said Miss Bear, "that would make me look very funny." Choco thought it was funny too. "Well," said Mrs. Bear, "my other children are waiting for me at home. Why don't you join us for apple pie, Choco?" Apple pie sounded wonderful to Choco, so off they went. When they arrived, Mrs. Bear's other children rushed out to greet her. "Choco," said Miss Bear, "meet Hippie, Allie, and Piggy. I am their mother too." The sweet smell of apple pie and the sound of laughter soon filled Mrs. Bear's home. After their delicious treat, Mrs. Bear gave all of her children a big, warm bear hug, and Choco was happy that his new mommy looked just the way she did. The end. Our next story is called We Got My Brother at the Zoo by John and Ann Hassett. Did you know we got my brother from the zoo? He was in a cage full of wild beasts. He roared and screeched and chewed on bones, and he'd have bitten people for sure if he ever got loose. One day they were giving animals away, and we got stuck with him. Yep, it's true, said Mary Margaret Morrison. My brother's room used to be mine, but now I'm down the hall. My new room is far from things and dark as outer space, and I don't like it. Did you know we got my brother from another planet? He has 2 antennas on his little green head, and he wore shiny metal diapers too. He really did, said Mary Margaret Morrison. Me and my father, we like to play games. We used to play quite a lot. Checkers were one of our favorites, and once I almost won. But that was in the good old days before he got too busy. Did you know we got my brother from a bunch of monkeys? The monkeys live in the big tree in my backyard. Once, when my father was raking the leaves, he spotted a baby at the tippy top of the tree. My father caught him in a big monkey catching net, and he became my brother. I'm not fooling, said Mary Margaret Morrison. Me and my mother, we used to like tea parties the best. She'd pour and I'd fix the cakes, and we'd have fancy stuff, say fancy stuff like please and thank you and oh dear, such a mess. But we hardly have time for tea anymore. Did you know we got my brother from a band of pirates? One day the pirates stole my old toys and buried them in the backyard. I called the cops, but my brother was too fast for him. It really happened, said Mary Margaret Morrison. Grammy says my brother has my father's ears and my nose, and I have my nose. I got 2 holes in it, but it's mine, and I like it. Did you know we got my brother from the monsters in my closet? One night my father said, "Enough!" and he sent them all away. But they forgot my brother, the naughtiest one of all. Yep, you bet, said Mary Margaret Morrison. But who knew he'd really do things that nice babies just never do? What if we send him right back to the place he really came from? Did you know we got my brother from the hospital? My mother went there so he could be born. He was in a room full of wild babies. They must give them all away, 'cause we took him home with us, said Mary Margaret Morrison. My brother's name is Erwin Jr., and we are going to keep him. He is almost brand new, so people never make up bad stories about him. Or I'll sock him right in the nose, said Mary Margaret Morrison. The end. So now, my friends, we have one more story for Mother's Day, and it is by one of my favorite authors. It's called The Grandma Book by Todd Parr, because our grandmothers are also mothers. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. Some grandmas have lots of cats, and some grandmas have lots of purses. Some grandmas give you lots of advice. Be nice, eat your vegetables, and some grandmas give you lots of books. All grandmas are happy when you spend the night. Some grandmas help their neighbors. Some grandmas take care of their grandchildren. Some grandmas like to make you eat a lot, and some grandmas like to make you things. All grandmas like to hear from you. Some grandmas like to dance, and some grandmas like to play bingo. Some grandmas live with a grandpa, and some grandmas live with their friends. Some grandmas drive slowly, and some grandmas drive fast. All grandmas like to give you lots of kisses. Grandmas are very special. They make sure you are warm and safe and that you always have a full tummy. They know everything. Tell them you love them every day. Love, Todd. The end. Okay, my friends, that's all we have for our story time today. Happy Mother's Day and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.